Fans of OutDaughtered recently voiced their opinions regarding Danielle Busby. Although Danielle and Adam Busby are going through a difficult time in Season 10, some viewers think this is all part of the script. Fans witnessed Danielle reaching her breaking point in the second episode, frequently lashing out at Adam and occasionally the girls. Is Danielle being shown too much on TLC? Fans aren't sure they agree with the Busbys' rough life in the most recent season, despite the fact that they are having a rough time. While parenting 5 quintuplets and an elder sister is depicted in OutDaughtered, certain seasons are more turbulent than others. However, Adam and Danielle Busby are depicted in the trenches in episode 2. It's a chaotic environment, trying to keep up with all the directions each family member is moving in, especially with the Quints and Blake Busby developing quickly. Blake is going through the anxiety-ridden preteen periods, and the Quints are struggling with their schoolwork as well. They are balancing a great deal of material, mental, physical, and emotional demands. They are trekking through to discover answers for a very difficult moment in their lives, even though it's not a perfect world for them. Danielle Busby finds herself having to act patronizingly toward Adam Busby when he attempts to go forward and make changes to his photo session. She sees it all so clearly, of course. She observes the calendar picture of how his decision makes her being out of town for Grace and B more logistically difficult. In addition, he receives criticism from the family for failing to recognize that Danielle would be in Dallas at the time of the rescheduled appointment. He also makes another attempt to address the issues Danielle is bringing up. He seizes the opportunity to prove himself as the hero by purchasing all the school supplies at the last minute, following his seeming scheduling failure. Danielle, on the other hand, sharply mocks his attempts and criticizes the purchase. All she can see, without a doubt, is that he isn't living up to her expectations, which adds to the already overflowing workload on her plate. They are unable to see the obvious answers. Rather, each endeavor leaves them feeling increasingly overwhelmed and discouraged. Although friends and relatives of Danielle Busby are observing how quickly she appears to be falling apart, nobody is quite sure what to do. However, a dear friend suggests that in order to address the underlying cause of her distress, she ought to seek counseling. She isn't sure, though, if she can fit one more task on her incredibly long to-do list. She finds her breaking point later in the episode when folding the girls' never-ending laundry while sitting in the girls' closet. Adam also makes an effort to comprehend and communicate through his annoyance. However, Danielle is so overwhelmed that she is unable to resist drowning in resentment and despair. Adam notices that his wife is getting farther away, but he is at a loss for how to explain it. Following their viewing of the most recent episode of OutDaughtered, viewers are curious as to whether the scenarios are scripted. It is certainly not easy to comprehend someone else's feelings, particularly if you haven't been in their position for very long. One Reddit user comments, "Danielle is too much, scripted or not." Next, they talk about aspects of Danielle Busby's approach to life that they find confusing. Many believe she is whining about the problems without doing anything about them. The poster offers particular solutions for dealing with the Busby family's core problems. Your kids are old. Teach them to fold clothes, do laundry, and take their underwear out of their clothes, they continue. However, they sometimes criticize Danielle directly, saying things such, "The constant nagging yet doing it yourself is hideous." Notably, the user perceived growing up in a different way. "My very calm sweet mom had us doing all of that at very young ages," they also claim. "She never screamed, but she was a good parent." The Redditor also notices another issue that needs improvement. "How about hiring help at the store since it seems empty?" They propose. "Leave ample space for drinking and socializing during your working."